I'm Chloe.
And I'm Cosette. And this is the 14 Steps Away podcast. Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to say that I'm really loving the audio. Something about it, I have more to say now that we just have audio.
I kind of feel that way too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because when you're on camera, you're more nervous. So you're like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, for some reason, I feel like when we were recording before, it was like I was so focused on the topic.
Mhm.
And nothing realistically should affect that going video to audio, why I would focus like less on the topic. But I'm like, I have so many random little things to say.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I just feel so excited about it. Like, it feels so like talk show. Literally nothing's changed. So many people were probably still just like listening, not just watching. But like, it feels very different to me as the participant.
To me, it feels, the vibe today especially feels cozier. And
Yeah.
I think it's the lighting that we have going on. You guys can't see it, but
It's not like stage light. Yeah.
And just, I don't know. It just feels more casual
Yeah.
in a way. But I definitely do feel like I've had more
so
things
much
to say.
Yeah.
Like, or more I could expand upon. Honestly, my notes and my planning are pretty general. Like, I usually just like write down general ideas because I know that we'll expand upon them as we're talking. But yeah, no, I definitely feel like I have more things to say.
Yeah. But I mean, with that said, we'll jump right into all of our catch up, chit chat, and updates for this episode. And then after that, we'll get into manifestations for 2025. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Well, since you have more,
okay.
I feel like we should start with you.
My first one is the story that I refrained from telling you all week.
I can't wait. I was hoping you'd start with that one.
It's not good.
Oh.
So basically,
can't tell you till the podcast, but it's good.
It's not good. This happened on Saturday. So you know how you guys went to Brass Horn, and we went the next day because we were off and it was open. So we went to Brass Horn Saturday morning, and when we were leaving Brass Horn, you know that little like roundabout right there?
Yeah.
So we go through the roundabout and we're going through to that light. And as we're going to that light, there is a car behind us, like tailing us, like very, very close.
Oh,
and
gosh.
like, you
In a
know
roundabout?
how, yes, exactly.
That's
so
crazy.
The roundabout is really close to Brass Horn. So like, you can imagine how much time we've been like driving. So like we back up, we start driving, and then immediately someone is like behind us, tailing us, like super close.
Dang.
And so we get up to the light, and it's red. So as we get closer, we're braking. Justin's braking. He's driving. I am passenger. And this car almost slams into the back of us. Like, they almost rear end us.
Awesome.
And again, we're trying to turn right, and we're stopping, red light. And they almost run into the back of us, and then they go around us. So they go into, I believe, well, there's not a straight lane. I guess there's two right lanes.
Yeah.
There's two right lanes. So we're in the right one. They're in the left one. They swerve around us, and they, like, I guess that we just, like, looked at them because it was, like, it was just crazy.
Yeah, don't act crazy. Like,
and it was a female driver. That was the only person in the car. And she swerves around us. And, of course, like, in this time, we have come to the stop, have seen it's clear, and start making our right turn.
Yeah.
And she turns at the same time as us. And so she's beside us as we turn. And immediately as we're done turning and we're going, like, straight now, she shows us a gun.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Like,
that's insane.
So, like, she flashes a gun at us when, like, she almost rear-ended us, and we're, like, just making our turn. And then she goes around us and then, like, stays beside us and flashes her gun.
Oh, my gosh.
And so, obviously, that's, like, super crazy. And so, like, we got on the phone with the cops and was, like, just kind of, like, you know, at that point, I'm a little scared. Like, she could run into us. Like, anything could happen at this point. So it just, like, made sense. Like, we're just going to tell the cops, whatever. And so we call the cops, and she will not get in front of us for me to get her license plate. And so she stays, like, beside us or swerving behind us or whatever. Like, at that point, there's the 3 lanes in each direction. So, like, she just stays out of sight in that way. And we get up to the toots, and she pulls up on the right. So she's like, I, as the passenger in our car, would be, like, next to her. She's the driver in her car. And we were in the middle lane, she was in the right lane. And she pulls up next to us and, like, she, like, flashes her phone at us, trying to, like, show she's on the phone with someone. And I couldn't read it. It was longer than 911. So the only thing I could think, because, like, why would you flash it if it was someone other than the cops? The only thing I could think is that it
also,
said, like,
why is she calling the cops?
Exactly. Because, like, it's not going to work out for you.
These people in front of me were going too slow.
Yeah. And so I flashed them my gun.
So I tried to kill them.
Yeah. But the only thing I could think was that it, like, because it was longer, that it said, like, Murfreesboro Police Department or something, which I don't know if we should block that out, that where we live. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. It was just really, really crazy. And then she kept following us, or, like, she stayed beside us only through that light. And then she made a U-turn and turned around. And
so maybe she was having some, like, crazy hallucinations and paranoia.
Very, very crazy, because, like, very much did nothing at all. But yeah, so that was my crazy story.
That is crazy. Oh my gosh.
It was so scary, actually.
That's like terrifying.
Literally, there are so many things that could happen, like, just so scary. And I'm just, like, glad that I wasn't alone, because that would have freaked me out so much more.
Oh my gosh,
like,
yeah.
I was driving, or, like, just in general, like, if I was alone. So
yeah,
super scary. So I guess not starting off super positive or strong.
I was gonna say, how do you follow up that? Well, on a lighter note, I went to the orthodontist this morning.
Perfect.
And I was just gonna get that over with because this is stupid. But so I don't remember what I had said on the podcast and what I've just said to you in real life. But basically, they needed to go and they were supposed to take off my old attachment on my tooth and put a new one on, and then put one on the back of that same tooth. So there was 2 on one tooth, so that it would, like,
move up.
Yeah. But anyway, they didn't put the second one on last time I was there, so I had to make this appointment to go put the second one on. Anyway, I went this morning to go put the second one on, and it's a different girl than I had last time. So I'm like, okay, maybe she'll be able to get it. She could not. The first attempt at putting it on, I don't know if,
that
like,
should be an attempt type of thing. It should just go on.
Yeah, okay, so they have to basically, like, I don't know, I can't see what they're doing, but I can feel it. And what they're doing is basically they, like, scratch off and, like, file off the old composite, and then they put this, like, glue stuff on there, like an adhesive, and then they put the little thing on there, and then they stick your, like a piece of a tray in there and use this little light to cure it.
Okay, yeah.
And then you have to take the tray out to make sure that it's, like, fine. I don't know what she was doing, but basically it was like, anytime she would try to do it, it would just not stick, and there'd be a bunch of crap, like, in my tray. Normally, when you get a new attachment put on, you're getting it put on at your, like, initial appointment. And so they don't, like, use your tray to put the composite and to, like, put it on there. They're using basically, like, an extra tray, like, that comes with the set or whatever. Like, they'll order an extra.
Yeah.
And since they threw away my extra because they had already put on my new thing, they couldn't do that. So, like, they're using my tray that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So, like, now there's just a bunch of random composite in my tray that they're like, oh, that should go away. She's like, I accidentally put a little hole in it. Anyway, whatever. Attempt number 1 didn't work. Attempt number 2 doesn't work. And it's not a comfortable position to be in.
No.
But anyway, so she calls the, like, actual orthodontist over there to help her. The orthodontist is like, she just needs to put an attachment on. Like, just put the attachment on. She's like, I tried twice. And she's like, okay. So the orthodontist puts it on, and she's like, let me just clean up around where the thing is, because I don't want there to be, like, any extra composite around your tooth. I said, awesome. She goes to clean it, and it flicks off.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, awesome. Okay, so she puts it on again. It does stay this time. But I think that they were getting frustrated and just, like, not really paying attention to the other things, I guess. And they had to put on, like, that adhesive or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. But it dripped on me whenever they did that. I felt it on my lip and I felt it on my chin. And I was like, I don't know that that's supposed to be on skin. Like, I don't know that that is safe for.
Yeah.
Like, that adhesive is safe for skin.
Yeah, because it's got to be thick at that point.
I didn't say anything because, one, I can't, because they're, like, in my mouth and there was, like, a thing in my mouth. Like, I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I just hope that they'll, like, wipe it off, or if it's not a problem, they will not leave it there. Whatever.
Yeah.
No one addresses the issue. Anyway, then they put it on. I go to my car. and I'm like, my lip feels really weird. And I look in the mirror and you can't really see it anymore, but like it blistered my, like, I don't know if you can really see anything right now actually, but like there was like a red mark. There still is like a red
Yeah.
mark over here. That's from that. And then there was a blister on my lip, like in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
And I was like, awesome. So
That is just great.
that's how my orthodontist appointment went. My plan after the orthodontist was to go and knit at a coffee shop and whatever, but then I didn't, and I knit in my car for half an hour and went home.
Nice.
That was my morning.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's probably just the fact that it's a doctor involving teeth that something went wrong.
True.
I hate anything involving my teeth,
Also,
frankly.
orthodontist drama. My old orthodontist, I don't know what happened to him. Like, they never said anything. They were just like, you'll see blah, blah, blah next time, the new orthodontist.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And I never saw him again.
Interesting.
But today, he was there. But he wasn't the one helping me. It was like my orthodontist was helping me. But he was there, and I was so curious. I'm like, are you guys going to explain like why my orthodontist ghosted me?
Yeah.
But
Why is he back?
I heard him say to someone else like, oh, I was the orthodontist before, blah, blah, blah. So what do you do now?
Yeah.
Just hang around the office? What's your job? What's higher than the orthodontist?
So weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a dog there.
Oh my God.
There was a dog. And
An
I said,
office dog?
I don't know why I asked whose dog is this. Like, I would know who works there. I mean, like, I know what they look like, but I don't know their names.
Yeah.
Except for the girl we went to high school with. But they were like, there's a dog. And I was like, whose dog is this? Oh my gosh. And they're like, just one of the girls back here. And then I'm like, what job? What dentist / doctor's office job is letting you bring your little dog?
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, considering allergies.
And his name was Bear. And he was like a little Shih Tzu Yorkie thing.
Aw. So perfect office dog, honestly.
Yeah.
That's like, if
He was pretty good. He was just walking around.
That's good.
Anyway, that was my update.
Okay. My next topic is that, I mean, you already know this, but for the girlies out there, the girlies and the guys and anyone listening, I put in my notice at work and I am breaking for maybe, hopefully, a very, very short amount of time, my handcuffs to corporate life. At least this corporate life I will be free of. Really looking forward to it because I have like 2.5 weeks left. And every day I feel more at peace because I'm like, there is so much. If you don't know, I work in marketing and events and like trade show type of things. And yeah, it is just a lot. And I have been feeling so relieved. Like, with every big thing I'm doing each day, I'm just like, wow, I don't have to see this through.
Wow.
And that's been so good.
That is really nice.
So,
to not have to worry.
Yes. And I did talk to someone today that I would like, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get like an interview or something, but I kind of had a contact through work and this company was hiring. And so I called the person I knew and she sounded super optimistic and like just was super positive about the whole exchange that we had. And so I'm hoping that will turn into something.
Good.
So yeah, that is my update on the work front. But I'm feeling definitely relieved because my shackles to corporate life is not fun at this particular corporate life.
I was going to ask you how you were feeling. Like, I would just be feeling like, hee. It's always
yes.
Like, I mean, not to be this way, but it always feels good when you put your notice in. You're like, you can kind of just like chill in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to like think about anything or worry about anything.
I don't know. It's just the knowing that everything that I'm stressing over will like fall out of my hands shortly.
Yeah.
And I have time off, and I think part of it I have to use or I'll lose it. And I think part of it maybe they will pay me after. So I need to see more about that because if they won't pay me like after my last day, then I have like 8 days.
Yeah.
So then I would stop working in the middle of next week. But I think that they'll pay me after, and I'll just like get my vacation hour pay. But yeah, that is probably a big personal update for me.
It is a big personal update. My next update is also not big. I don't really have any big updates. And it's just a knitting update, and I don't really know where I left off with the people on the pod, but I am knitting a turtleneck sweater, and I attempted it, and it didn't. Well, I attempted some of it, and then I realized I'm not doing this right, so I had to restart. So I restarted, and now I'm pretty far along. Well, not that far along, but I'm far enough along to where I'm about to separate off to the sleeves and such into the body.
And it looks really good. It's really, really pretty,
The
everybody.
colors and the yarn are perfect, and it's making me excited for my next project because now I just know I want to use like this yarn again. Not this color, but I'll use this yarn again.
Yeah.
And they have like a bunch of different colors. It's really similar to the how people talk about the Drops Air. It's really similar to that. And so I'm thinking I'll probably buy more
I need to
colors
try it too.
of
Yeah.
this. But you have to order if you order them online through Joann's, you get like a deal. And they're nice because it's alpaca, so like it's actually good yarn. Rather
That
than,
is really
like,
nice. My only fear with changing to like, doing 2 yarns at once is having to learn about gauge.
Yeah.
Because like the way that you had to do your math for that scares me. But like it does look really pretty, and obviously I want to be holding 2 yarns because it looks better, it feels better, the quality of the sweater is always better. But I'm really scared to have to learn about gauge.
I don't even really feel like you need to. I feel like I go back and forth. Like, I mean, I guess you do need to learn about gauge if you want to do that. But I was saying, like, I don't even feel like you really have to hold 2 strands. Like, I chose to hold 2 strands because I thought it was going to be too thin and, like, airy if I had done it with just this. But I'm kind of like, I see so many of, like, the Scandinavian sweaters and stuff, and they really just use, like, use a bunch of mohair.
Yes, yeah.
So it's like, if they can do that, then like it really just depends on what sweater look you're trying to achieve, which I'm very pumped for my next sweater because I'm going to do probably like a bright and colorful sort of there's this one Scandinavian knit person who makes patterns, and I want to buy her pattern, but I'm scared that it's going to be, I don't know. I'm scared it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it doesn't look like a hard construction when I'm looking at it, but if I bought the pattern, it might confuse me.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I am really excited for my next one too. I actually had knitting as an update for mine, so I'll jump into that. And I don't really know what my intention was when I wrote that. I guess just a general update. And I am also working on a turtleneck sweater, and it is going swimmingly. I am just loving it because I kind of struggled for a long time, actually. I started this sweater, I guess it's not that long, but when you're like really motivated to work on something, it feels like a long time.
Yeah.
But I started this sweater at the end of December, like the last week of December, and then I only got one skein, which yes, that was my fault. However, I only got one skein because I really, really liked this color better than anything else there. And I was struggling to find the right thickness as well because I needed something that fit. It was like to be a US 9, and everything else I could find was a US 8. And so I liked this color. It was what I was going to get. And then I finished my first skein, and they did not restock it for like 2 weeks. And so it was really awful because I was really motivated and I wanted to work on it, and it was coming together so good. Like everything I had done so far looked perfect. And so I went to Joann's like 5 different times, and they kept not restocking, and it was just like a war in there. I can't even explain the mess that is Joann's, but it seems like everyone really experiences that because
ours is the only one that's not like that. Like our Joann's is normal.
No. Our Joann's was the one that like it was just boxes. Like the whole last 2 aisles back there were filled with boxes.
Oh, I haven't been in a while then, I guess.
Yeah, every time that I went, I was like, okay, I can see that they have stock, so hopefully someone will stock it. But like I went like a couple times each week for 2 weeks, and every time I went, it was just like boxes like blocking the last 2 aisles. It was just awful. But I finally got my yarn, and right now I'm doing the bottom ribbing of the sweater. So like basically the body is done, and I'll work on the sleeves, and it's just looking so good, and I'm feeling so proud because it just is perfect. And my first sweater is not. There's just a lot of things that I would do different, but also like I was just learning, so I was doing things wrong, and then like size wise, it's just taking forever. But
Well, your first sweater is still 10,000 times better than my first sweater.
Mine just hides it better. Because it's just
mine's so bad.
the little, oh my gosh, I'll have to show you after we get done recording. There is a very weird thing that happened on my sweater. Basically there's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. There's just like a row of random stitches above my sleeve. So like, it's like a sleeve. Like it's like this, except there's like just an opening. Like my finger can fit in it. My fingernail can fit in it. It's just like a little vertical, just random stitches that are detached from the rest of it.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure how I did that, but I have been loving knitting, and definitely I think that we are slaying. We are just crafty girlies making things that are perfect for us, which is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really all I have for knitting. Okay. I don't really know what my point was to mention it other than that I love it and I'm having a good time.
And that your sweater is nearing completion?
Yes.
That is really good. I'm really happy, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
I am really excited. Maybe I'll try it on for you because I tried it on yesterday and it looked so good. Like, I'm so proud of it.
It's so nice when you can like see the potential of it and you like get to try it on.
Yes.
That's so nice.
I did feel really scared, but I got better little needle covers that they don't slip off now.
So. Yeah, my needle covers betrayed me. I thought I put them on well enough, and I tried it on at one point. Not this one, but a different one. And it popped off, and like 6 stitches popped off.
So scary.
And luckily, I am a wizard, and I fixed it. But that was my my last sweater, my most recent one.
It's so scary.
And that was so scary because it was like almost done too. So I was like, oh my God. But yes, knitting is so fun. I could actually talk about knitting for a while, but I won't. I will refrain only because I'll get to it later.
Okay.
But my next update would be, have you seen Sarah Paulson's wife?
No?
Hold your breath.
Okay.
Don't actually. But do you remember who Sarah Paulson is?
No.
Sarah Paulson is from American Horror Story.
Okay.
I'll show you her first.
Yeah.
So you can get an idea of what she looks like before we jump into the wife. Sarah Paulson, everybody.
Okay, for sure.
She's like
got it.
Around, I don't want to say that. It'd be a spoiler alert.
Okay.
So crazy. It just looks so stupid together. This is Sarah Paulson's wife.
I have actually seen.
You see it on TikTok?
Yes, I've seen it on TikTok. Yeah.
Her wife. There is a 32-year age gap.
Crazy.
Her wife is in her 80s. She is in her 50s. Isn't that insane?
I mean, I just feel like you could be friends.
Agree. You could be friends
instead.
Like, it could be like a friendship.
I personally have never fallen in love with someone 32 years older than me, so I don't want to really super comment. Like, maybe their love is just that strong, but I feel like maybe we could just like be friends.
That's like, no, because that's like a 42-year-old having a crush on a 10-year-old. Like,
yeah,
what?
It's just that is a little interesting.
Like, even, okay, and I understand that age gaps don't matter as much as you get older. Like, let's say, like, well,
20.
Okay, imagine you weren't married.
Yeah.
What's the most of an age gap you would consider as an adult? Like I'd say like
10 would
8
seem
years.
crazy.
Yeah, I'd say like 8 would be like an age gap, but it's doable.
Yeah. Like like 22, like you're right.
Yeah.
No older than 30.
No older than 30. Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, an 8-year age gap, a 32-year age gap. Can you imagine the amount of life her wife has lived?
Like a whole other life.
Like, also, I would be cracking jokes like crazy. Like, I'd be like, did they have this back when you were?
Yeah.
Like, do you even know about this?
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't understand. Yeah. How does that work? Really?
I don't know how it works. And I also don't want to know. And I also didn't know that Sarah Paulson was a lesbian, number one. And number two, I did not know she had a wife. They've been married for 15 years.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well,
I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that they were married for that long, but Adam found it. So that means that Oldie was 67 And Sarah Paulson was whatever minus 32 is. Oh my gosh, that means that Sarah Paulson was 35 and she was 67 when they got married.
That is crazy.
And how long were they together before then? Like,
yeah, before they got married.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, how would that not make you uncomfortable? Like, that is a parent's age.
Well, I don't think they're actually married. I think it's like because now I'm seeing it says Holland Taylor and why she and Sarah Paulson won't get married.
Oh.
Why is everyone lying to me?
That is so weird, though.
This was written in 2024. Well, I guess that they've been together so long, it's like what's it called? A civil marriage?
Yeah.
Anywho, weird.
Very weird.
That was my update. One of them.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I wanted to talk about the Tarte trip.
Oh my gosh, I have that on mine too. Tripping with Tarte.
Yeah.
What did you want to say about it?
I
have a lot of weird things.
I want to be friendly to all social media people and create a warm environment for everyone. There are some people on this trip that I would not personally have invited if I were in charge of influencer media and
I want to know
presence that they have.
I want to know who.
Well, who's perfect? I don't know everyone that's there, but our queen, the one we all bow to, Aspen Ovard, is perfect and amazing.
Aspen Ovard, and she makes sense given the palette situation.
She is just killing it every day. She is just perfect and gorgeous and amazing and wonderful. Brianna Chicken Fry.
Yes, thank you. I got chills.
The first video I saw where she's just like obliterated. Yeah. Just so beyond drunk. That one was really interesting to start out with.
I think she's gone to like all their stuff though, like all their Trippin' with Tarte stuff. Like I think she's been invited for the last several years.
It's interesting. I just feel like the way that she is treating it. I'm all for having fun and I'm all for freebies, but like that girl is going cray.
Did you see Ken Urek's like podcast clip that was dropped right before the Trippin' with Tarte thing?
No.
It was her talking about how her and Brianna Chicken Fry, she doesn't like her at all. And she's like, I don't like her. And she's going to be on the Tarte trip. We're going to be tripping with Tarte together. And she was like, if she apologized, that'd be one thing. She was like, but she said she doesn't seem like the type of person who would apologize.
She is the other one that I think is behaving really interesting on the trip, but
I think
she's just kind of acting like a wild animal is how I would describe it.
I would agree. I would also say, I haven't looked at her page today or anything, but I was looking yesterday and I was like, isn't like part of the like deal with these types of trips that you have to like show what's
I've seen a lot of people talking about that, like how they don't ever see people like actually using Tarte while they're on these trips.
Yeah.
Which like I've seen a few videos. I've definitely seen videos of people using Tarte while they're there, but yeah, I feel like the milking of previous trending sounds that like of her.
Oh, well, I think because that's part of that is Maureen. Like, I think her being, like, because a lot of those were on Maureen Kelly's page or whatever her name is. The Tarte founder, CEO or whatever. Like, I think a lot of those were on her page. So I'm thinking maybe, and, like, I've seen, like, not on Ken's page. I think I've seen a lot of people, like, another girl who was on the trip used the Little Ginger Bee audio and took a video of Ken. But, like, I feel like that was kind of just to get attention on her page. Like, maybe she was, like, a lower, not to say, like, lower level, but, like, in comparison, you know, like, I will say the Aspen Allison, obviously it's a joke, and obviously it's going over people's heads.
Yes,
but
which is so funny.
It is so interesting how stupid people are.
It is.
Like, how are you guys, like, duh, she's kidding. But I did think it was a little strange that whenever Oh, she made not Allison, what's her name? Aspen made a video about people bringing like men to like as their plus ones. She was like, me deciding who my one would be, and the audio was like, why would a man be there?
Yeah.
And I do agree with that.
Agree.
I think that people need to, like, for a tart trip, I think leave your man at home.
Absolutely.
Like,
that is a girl's trip.
That is a girl's trip.
That is a girl's trip. What business do you have bringing your man there? Like, best friend, sister, mother, aunt, niece, anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, that is very, very strange. They have no business being there. It feels very much just like milking it.
Which one brought their mans?
Brie.
I was going to say, I thought that was the case, especially given her history. Like, yeah, well, I don't know. Weird. But I thought it was interesting that when Isaac commented on that video and was like, I wanted to be there, Allison's husband.
Yeah.
And Aspen said, like, Zaddy, I tried, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe we're taking it a little bit far. Maybe we're stretching a little bit.
That's why I thought it was weird. I did think the video that Aspen and, what's her name? Allison made about, basically swiping right on Allison's husband. Yeah.
I thought that one was, obviously it's a joke.
Yes, honestly it's a joke, but like interesting.
I did think that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we've seen that she's just having fun. She's just stirring pot. I totally get it. But I did just be like, interesting take.
Well, going back to, I guess, the Ken Urich part of it, I do wonder if the beef was acknowledged with Brie on the trip, or if they're both too like obliterated to have that conversation or not. I do think if something happened, I think that it'll come up on Ken's podcast. So like, not worried, I'll hear about it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, she's obviously not worried about airing it out.
Oh, have you seen the controversy? Oh my god, controversy.
Yeah.
Of what's that guy's name? What is his name? Leo Skeppy.
I don't know who that is.
Yes. He's always wearing a white tank top. Sorry, that was this guy.
No, I don't know who that is.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, backstory then. Leo Skeppy is kind of known for like his like harsh deliveries, kind of being like, get your butt up and work. Like, if you don't want to be fat, then go work out. Like, go, I don't know, just very like, and that works for some people. But anyway, he's very direct, but that's not exactly the word I'd use. I say sometimes it comes off like sometimes he comes off arrogant, or like he's the only one who knows and that he's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't dislike him or anything. I don't have anything against him per se, but he made a video after the fires and stuff, basically saying that some of the things he said in that video were actually insane. He was like, if you survived the fires, congrats. But like now is time to like buckle down and like blah blah blah. Like the police aren't going to be paying attention to any of the crime that's happening, and like, you know, the homeless people are going to like rob the areas that were affected. Like people are going to evacuate and the homeless people are going to rob them and whatever. I don't know. That wasn't all he was saying, but that was some of the crazy stuff he was saying.
Yeah.
And like, I think I get what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
He was trying, the emphasis wasn't on the homeless people. The emphasis was supposed to be, I guess, from his perspective, was supposed to be that the crime is not going to be dealt with, and that everybody needs to just like stay safe and like be protected, because like obviously like all of our first responders are dealing with bigger issues. So everybody just needs to like be aware that those things can happen.
Yeah.
That's what I would have taken away from that video. But I didn't watch the video all the way until all this other stuff happened. Emmy, do you know Emmy?
Emmy.
Don't know her last name.
I know one, but I can't imagine it would be the same circle. I know Emmy that is friends with Matta. I can't imagine Emmy Truce.
Emmy.
Yes. Yeah.
She made a video saying that his video was super tone deaf and crazy and whatever, because she was like, you always say that you hate LA, so stop commenting on LA. Like, there are a lot of us who love and care about LA and are being directly affected by this, and this is like a really big thing.
Our community.
Do not fearmonger and scare people more than they already are. They're dealing with a lot of things. Like it's not good to put like that kind of information out.
Yeah.
She's like also to like spread inaccurate rhetoric and scary rhetoric and harmful rhetoric about homeless people and those who are, less fortunate, whatever. She was saying that's insane. Like you're pulling these things out of your butt. Like none of these things are like really happening.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it could happen and does happen, but like it's crazy to like
air it out like it is like a level.
And he has a large platform. Like,
yes.
Yeah. And a lot of the people that she, I guess, follows and stuff were like reposting his posts. And she was like, I need you guys to understand like this is harmful. Like even if you took it a different way, he is saying harmful things about these groups of people who are already ostracized and are already not like not seen as human, basically, in a lot of ways.
And like, why is that what we're focusing on?
Exactly. Yeah. Not the point. Anyway, so she posted videos about that. So everyone's been kind of back and forth. Tara Lynn comments on Imwe on her post. I love Imwe, Stan. Anyway, Tara Lynn comments on her post and says, but he's right. That didn't go over well because people already don't like Tara Lynn. And Emmy's video was like a lot of people were in support of her, and people went to his page and Tara's page, went to Leo's page and Tara's page, kind of saying like just how crazy it was and defending their side, I guess. Oh my gosh, I have another thing that I just remembered that we have to talk about.
Okay. That is just crazy.
But that was crazy, and she said, I can't say certain things because I don't like to like cuss on here, but she said, she was like, 1, you have multiple DUIs. You are a criminal. Like you're the person we're scared of.
Yeah.
And also she was like, I don't know, just explaining her point more. She was like, the point is going like over your head. You're missing what I'm trying to say. Like you're like, it's not, this conversation is going nowhere because you can't see my points. Like if you can't see that any part of my argument is valid, then like it's whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end she was like, go F your bird or whatever.
I will say that having not seen the video and not knowing anything about the man, I don't need to, because if Tara Lynn supports him, then it's in the wrong.
Yeah, I agree. And if that's that's the influencer that's on your side.
Yeah. Like, and I see stuff about her a lot. Like her videos are definitely on my For You page, like semi-regularly. So like I still kind of know the way she carries herself and everything. Like point of what I'm saying is that I see her outside of only when she's getting like the hate, and like specifically in like, if she's trending for something bad, I'm seeing the other stuff too. And it's like, yeah, it's just like if there was kind of a definition for tone deaf, that it would definitely be more her.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And she's gotten called out for that several times.
Yeah. It's definitely not a good look if she's your supportive person. If she's the one supporting what you're saying, then you are in the wrong.
I would agree. All right, what's next?
Let's see.
I only have 2 more.
I have 2 more as well.
OMG, perfect.
Well, I can do. Yeah, I'll skip this other one. I was gonna say that we got snow, but it doesn't really matter. Is it my turn?
Yeah, because I did the Leo Skeppy thing, I guess.
My only other thing, my next thing. My next thing is the TikTok ban and just the impendingness of that, I guess. And that we are recording this on the 14th. So I guess by the time we talk next week, it will have been banned, right?
Yeah.
The 19th?
Yeah, but I saw something saying that they were going to extend it again for 270 days or something.
Oh.
I'm trying not to read anything about it.
Yeah.
Because I want to limit my intake of that kind of thing because it upsets me, and I don't, I mean, I'll survive without it, obviously, but I think that I value TikTok for a lot of things other than just like dilly-dallying on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I use it for a lot of, I use it. Like I have so many like patterns that I wanted to do saved on there. I have so many
like go-to
wedding
recipes.
tips that I need. Like I have so many like there are so many therapists on there who like will give like little
have, like,
marriage
parenting
advice, like
advice,
parenting
yeah.
advice, stuff like that, like things you wouldn't consider, and like so many people sharing their life experience that you don't have. And like
Yeah.
having access to that information is very, very helpful. I also think um I have political opinions about it and I don't want to get into it, but I think that there are a lot of reasons why I don't want TikTok banned that have nothing to do with the silly parts of TikTok. Like
Yeah.
um so yeah, but I do think that if it does get banned, it will be sad just cuz like I was going through my folders trying to like see what I can like take notes of in my phone and like I don't know, get rid of certain things.
Mhm.
But I saw this. I was going through one of my folders, and one of the things I had saved, was a video of a girl reading this like poem that she had written, and it
Mhm.
was so
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah, I do love those, yeah.
And I was so sad because I was like, we are gonna lose so much if we lose TikTok. It's so much. It's not just the recipes, it's not just the silly videos, the funny videos, the comforting videos, the whatever. It's like access to artists, access to musicians, access to movies. There are so many things that I only know about because of TikTok. I wouldn't find all these new movies, these new shows, these new music and albums and whatever, new artists and uplifting them and a lot of creators and artists. Also, TikTok has boosted the economy in a crazy way. Like providing jobs for honestly the people who work for TikTok, the creators who work for TikTok, the stay-at-home moms, all the people. There are so many people, and also the ways that it indirectly, affects the economy and like influencers influencing you to go out to Target and buy this thing or whatever. Like is it's just a sad loss in my opinion. If we lose it, it will be a loss.
I just kind of wanted to note that that is our current event and that, yeah, that is, I don't know if we ever go back and listen and whatever, that is what's happening right now. And I feel like it was worth a mention, but I'm definitely just watching. I don't feel like I'm taking that much in about it either. I just, if I'm scrolling, I
Mhm.
see a video of someone just mentioning so of course I know it's happening, but I am curious to see what does happen, one, and two, what we move to next and how that will affect people like content creators, I guess, and like if that will be like a kind of a reset. Obviously, anyone that has followers, people will go out of their way to find
Yeah.
again. Like anyone that like
Anyone that they really like.
yeah, those people are still gonna have a platform because you're gonna go find them on any platform. But I'm just kind of interested to see what happens next because like something else will come as it always does. And
People have already
I'm
found a new app.
yeah.
I haven't downloaded it.
Is it the red one?
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't either. Because I got overwhelmed by the couple videos I did see about it. I was like, this seems like a lot of work. But yeah, I am curious about how all of that will affect anyone that is like making content and what all that will look like just out of, yeah, curiosity. So
Mhm.
just a little current event for everyone.
Okay. My next one is a personal update, and that is that I'd been asking my mom about the idea of upcycling her wedding dress since I got engaged, and she was always like, "Yeah, we'll have to ask your aunt and because like
Mm-hmm.
it's her dress and whatever, but it probably like wouldn't be an issue." Anyway, so I text her the other day and I'm like, "Hey girl, like if we're that's something like I'm going to want to do, we're going to have to like do it soon cuz like I'm going to need to know like I don't know how long those types of alterations would take."
Yeah.
Um and like finding a seamstress and whatever and getting pricing. And she was like, "Okay, like let me text her." She was like they called and they talked about it and Renee was so excited and she was like, "I just need to see before and after pictures and blah blah blah." So anyway, she was like, "The only problem is you're going to talk to your dad about that." And she was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Well, he has it." And she was like, "No, he doesn't." He was like, "You have it." She was like, "You have it." And she was like, "No." She's like, "Your dad has it. He put it on a banister in his shed." And she was like, "Why would he do that? It is literally like it is a preserved dress. Why would they put it in a shed?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Last I heard, we um we gave it back to you. Like we got it preserved and gave it back to you." And she was like, "No, your dad has it. I do not have that dress." And so then my mom's freaking out. She's like, "Maybe it's at Renee's mom's house, like, but they've passed away, so like their son lives there and like whatever." So she's like, "Maybe it's there." So she calls him, tries to get him to look for it, and she calls my papa, and he says, I don't have that dress. He goes, it would be, if I had it, it'd be in the back closet. She's like, we went through that back closet. There was nothing in there. She's like, well, he's like, well, I don't have it. Like, it wouldn't be there. And Cash went through the shed whenever we were there. So, which I don't think he like went in depth or anything. He just kind of like looked around a little bit, and it's not organized by any means.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't have it. And she's like, well, can you look for it? And he's like, fine, I'll look, but I don't have it. He finds it in the shed.
Okay.
This was
incredible.
Yesterday he finds it, and he immediately ships it to us and says it will be here tomorrow.
Wow.
I don't know what kind of shipping he paid, because it's obviously not a small box.
Yeah. That's really sweet.
Yeah, very sweet.
Yeah.
But
because shipping stuff is so expensive, actually.
But I got stressed because I started looking into it. So I was like, that my update is just that I'm gonna have my mom's wedding dress soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I don't know. I'm looking into it, and a lot of places are really expensive to do that. Like, it's the price of another wedding dress, basically, to get it upcycled.
Yeah.
So I'm like, which is kind of crazy, because like you're just altering it. Like,
it is crazy.
I already have the base. Like, all you have to do is change it. Which I'm gonna try to find a local seamstress, and see what their pricing would look like for that. But it's really hard to honestly find anything about like upcycling wedding dresses, because it's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
So. And, like, I'd be so scared to trust someone without, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm not getting my hopes up, because it might be terribly expensive. But that is very exciting and special. And
yeah, that is super special.
And whatever. So hopefully all goes well. But that was my update on that.
Very exciting. My last update is just kind of back to my TikTok one. And it's just kind of something fun, which is having mutuals on TikTok that you think are cool is very fun. So there's this girl that I saw a video maybe like 2 weeks ago, and it was like a bunch of OOTDs. So basically she had like, it was like a little compilation of all her outfits, like let's say for the month, whatever. And, I scroll to it. I'm like, that was cute. That's super cute. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Like, she is just so cute. And so I commented just something like, OMG, love all these, whatever. I just said something about like such cute girly fits, whatever. And she responded, and then she followed me back on TikTok, and it was just like, oh, this is cute. And then she followed me on Instagram the other day, and she has a private account with like only 1,000 follow. Like she has 1,000 followers. So it's like, she's just like a little content creator. Aww. But like she went out of her way to follow me on Instagram, and I was like, that is so cute. Cause like I thought she would, like, I was like, she is so cool. Like I saw her outfits, and then as soon as I like followed her, I like went through her page, because that video was just like a snapshot of each one. So I was like, I want to see these outfits and like their more details, because like they were so cute. I was like, this girl is so cool. Like I love her. Follow. And then it's just, when I got on Instagram and she had followed me on there, I was like, that is so cute. Like, she must perceive me as cool enough to follow, like to go out of her way and follow me on another app. Like, and I guess it makes sense time-wise with like TikTok and everything. But I was just like, that is just so wholesome. And like, it's just adorable.
Yeah.
Having little mutuals like that is just so fun.
That is sweet and fun. I have one last topic to discuss in the updates portion / pop culture.
Okay.
And that is, do you know Brookie Yancey?
I don't know. I'm really bad at this game.
Apparently, I am really, what's it called?
Chronically online?
Yep. That's the one.
Or maybe I'm just really bad.
This is her. This is she.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see her controversy?
No.
We don't have to dwell on it. But
okay.
Her family was spotted. There were photos posted somewhere, and they got found by the people of TikTok, of a wedding that her family attended, and the party favor was MAGA hats.
Oof.
Yeah.
Party favor is crazy.
Party favor at a wedding?
At a wedding.
Also, how much does one of those cost? And like, if you have, say, 100 guests or 130 guests at your wedding, girl, I'm not even buying the bulk like Etsy ones.
No.
do you think I'm buying a $20 hat per person? I'm assuming. I don't know how much these
yeah.
cost.
Yeah.
That
Is
insane. Which
insane.
maybe it was really maybe they have money. I don't know. I assume they probably do. But anywho, that was the photos that were posted online. Not of her, but it was her sister and her parents.
Okay.
She said that she didn't go, but there's been a lot of controversy about whether people should let influencers' political affiliations bother them or not, and whether you would or would not. The discourse has been would you or would you not unfollow an influencer if they do not align with your political beliefs?
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of videos talking about it, and a lot of people in the comments are saying like, "Oh, this is so weird. Why do you care? Why do you this? Why do you that?" And I just think that's really interesting to take in other people's opinions on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to give my opinions because we're losing the app anyway, or
Yeah.
allegedly. So might as well. I have dropped a few comments on a few videos, not in a mean way or anything. It's just been like, here's my take.
Yeah.
But especially because she's like, which it was obvious to anyone who pays attention. Like, she's Christian, her family is well off.
Isn't she?
There was just like, there were signs. It was kind of obvious. But and I did not follow her for very long. I think I followed her like a couple days ago. And then I saw that video and I was like, unfollow. Because if it took me this long to follow you and we don't agree, unfollow. Yeah. But that was easy for me. So I don't care. I don't really care. I mean, to each their own. Like I said, everybody do their own thing. And if you don't care, don't care.
Yeah.
It's my world. It's my phone. And I decide who
I allow.
Who
you want to support and like who... Like, I feel like the whole point of social media is, I mean, to take in and learn from other people, and like the influencing side of it is like, if I don't want to be influenced by someone like you, then like that might just be it. And it's not about like that person really, because it's like, you know, I feel like the unfollowing on social media is a different argument than like not being friends with someone.
Not
like
being,
that's a different argument, but it's
to another human being.
But it's like, if I don't, like, if the point is to be taking things, learning things, being influenced, like adoring your life, taking something from your life, if your life is not something that I admire, then like, why would I?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be as nasty as I feel like people make it out to be, but it's like,
I agree.
It's like it's all about what aligns with me.
She is getting a lot of hate, and I don't agree with anyone who leaves hate comments. I think the hate comments are. I just don't think that there's any point. I don't think it's conducive to a positive life. But I just unfollowed and went on my way. But I've seen a lot of videos talking about it, and I commented on one of those videos saying like, because she was asking like, how do you guys feel about it? And as much as people might think it's weird to like overly analyze these people, influencers, and dissect all these things that are going on with them, I think it's important to choose who you're letting influence you, or allowing to influence you. And like you said, I think that if this person doesn't align with me, then why would I ingest that content?
Exactly.
No need. No. And that's fine.
That's fine.
I didn't, like I said, I'm not like,
it's not like a mean thing. It's just like,
and I never feel torn up about it whenever I find out that someone supports someone, or someone did this or someone did that. I'm just like, well, I guess I don't support them anymore. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, all right, life moves on. I don't know this person.
No, it does. It will not affect me.
I don't feel the need to hold space.
And it won't affect them.
Yeah.
They don't know me. So like, my presence not on their page won't affect them either.
I was going to say, and like a lot of people were making the argument, oh, well, would you cut off your family members if you found out blah, blah, blah? And I was like, that's not really a valid argument, because here's the thing. I love my family and friends, and we can have disagreements about anything and everything under the sun. Doesn't have to be politics, could be literally anything.
Yeah.
And you will always,
still be
a normal person will usually try to, you know, resolve.
If I know you to your core, then your opinions on different things would
right. Yeah. You know, yes.
Yeah.
You try to work through those things or get over those things or whatever. But like, if this is a person, a random stranger on the internet, that I can choose whether or not to ingest their things and contribute to their profits ultimately.
Yeah.
I choose not to.
Yeah.
And that's life.
That's fine. Yep.
Okay. That was my last update.
Okay. You want to start us off?
shall we get into the topic of today after probably an hour of chatter?
Literally.
So this week's episode is manifestations. And I think just with all the preparing that we've been doing for the year 2025, I thought it would be really good, or we thought it would be really good to do a manifestations episode because we've kind of, I guess, just setting the stage for 2025 with our vision boards and resolutions for this year. I think manifestations kind of goes in with those two. And I think it, I don't know, highlights our goals, just getting those out into the universe. I think it's never a bad thing, you know, to say the things that you want, make it known, the things that you want for yourself, and kind of envision your life.
Yeah.
And I think that will be fun. I do think a lot of times manifesting and manifestations can have a negative connotation because of maybe people have like religious attachments or spiritual attachments to it. And if you do have that, that's fine. That's your thing. But I don't think that manifestations, I don't think it has to be that way. I think it's kind of just, I think it's more of just your energy and your mindset and like putting the energy out there that you want to receive and vocalizing, not even vocalizing, but like either writing down the things you want for yourself, journaling, or
putting it out there.
Yeah. Saying it to yourself and saying a mantra to yourself in the mirror every morning. I don't care. However it looks for you.
Yeah.
But I just thought that would be really relevant for right now.
Definitely.
So we're going to talk about some of our manifestations. I only wrote down 10 because I think that I can expand upon them and explain them as I say them. And they're kind of, the way I wrote them they're very much like I am statements because what I've, I guess, heard or read or seen of manifestations is not the like I will. It's mostly like the I am. Like I am already doing this. I am already working towards these things. I'm accepting that I am this person, or I am achieving this goal.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So mine were kind of vague too, but we'll see. Do you want to start or do you want me to start? Or do you have anything to say about the topic?
I don't think I really have anything to say. I have 11, so I probably should go first, but I don't want to. I want you to go first.
Okay. It's frightening. I'm gonna pick mine
because I'm gonna like, I don't know, base like my wording, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. They're kind of like, and honestly, they're kind of cliche or cheesy. They're very Pinterest, but that is what you want. Like, if you're craving that vision for your life to come true or to be your reality, then that's what you want. On the first one that I put down is something that I had on my vision board for 2024, and I think it's more of a thing, honestly, even in this year, but it is I attract people who help me on my journey.
Amazing.
And I think what I think about that one is, one, I wanted to make new friends this year, and I do want to make new friends this year, but I also just keeping your circle, a circle of people who love and support and want the best for you, and in the same, you do that for your people as well. Like, you provide that for them as well.
Yeah.
And just keeping people in my realm who are going to stick with me and be part of my journey.
Yeah, that's really good. I don't know. I didn't write them as sentences. I did I guess I left them kind of not even vague, but kind of just like bullet points. So I'll try to figure. Okay, I think I got
it. The formula.
Yeah. My first one, based kind of on one of my big updates, is that I have a job that I am passionate about and I excel at. So not only do I have the passion for it, but I am good at it.
I think that's really good. I'm not going to steal yours, but I am going to write that down for me for later. I won't steal it for the podcast episode, but I will steal it for real life. Because I
agree with your first one. Like, yeah.
Perfect. I mean, we'll probably agree with all of it. So we'll just be like, okay, actually share that with me and we'll just journal all the same manifestations.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have more to say on that one or no?
I mean, it's pretty straight to the point, but I want to feel capable in the job that I'm doing. but I also want my job to be serving me well. I think
Mhm.
that it really needs to be mutually beneficial,
Yeah.
and that's not what I am experiencing. And so I just kind of want to put it out there that, like, even though most jobs can't have everything, I know that, like, that's fine, but I want to feel passionate about it, and then I want to have the skill to go with that passion.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That
pretty
is
straight to the
good.
point, but
But I appreciate it, and it's good. It's also important to feel valued in your
yeah.
workplace, and if you find when you find the perfect job and everything aligns perfectly, then you will obviously feel valued, which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
My next one, I put I am so lucky.
Amazing. She's so lucky.
I'm so lucky. I am so lucky. Lucky girl. I'm so lucky this year and all years. I'm lucky in my whole
The
life.
luckiest
And
girl around.
there's nothing really to add to that. I am just lucky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm saying it.
Yeah. My next one is I'm just so this what I'm about to say is not my next one. But what I'm prefacing
Okay.
is that I'm very not selfish and I'm very thoughtful of others. And that is that I am thankful that Justin got the job he wanted. Also, everyone's getting all the jobs they want.
Wow.
But
dream
I'm really thankful
jobs.
that everything worked out and he has a really great job that he's really excited about.
Good.
I'm really thankful.
I'm so happy for that for him as well. Okay. My next one is I am a magnet for abundance and prosperity.
Amazing.
And I don't really know how to elaborate on that one because, like I
Yeah.
said, a lot of them are vague, but it's like I want my life to be full and I want it to be just prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that I am a magnet for those things and those things will attract to me.
Yes. I did this completely different than you, but I
okay.
think that it's perfect.
Yeah.
I think we're doing really good, but I
wondered
did
if we would-
everything completely different.
I started mine different and then I changed it. So maybe I deleted all of them so I can't even see
I
what the
think
old
yours
ones were.
makes sense because I feel like mine is maybe a little more overlap with the things we've already said planning for the year, but I'm saying it in a way that's manifesting.
I was going to say, I feared that this episode might be similar to, like, the topic might be similar, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, manifesting really isn't similar though, because it's kind of like, it is more broad and it is like inclusive to so many other things. Like, you're not going to say on your vision board, I want prosperity.
Yeah.
But like,
that can be how you feel.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah.
My next one is that I have found a community that fits me and that I fit in well.
Good.
And that there is something that fills my cup in all the realms of life, like, I guess, like, emotionally and mentally and physically. There's just something that is filling my cup, and it is a community that I align with and that has taken me in.
That is good.
I don't know what that is.
I think that will happen.
but it's something, and it's looking for me, and I'm looking back.
Good. Good. Let's see. I should probably just go in order. But some of mine I feel like are similar to some of yours. But I put I let go of things I cannot control.
Amazing.
And that
Retweet.
is obviously because I am a control freak and I am not good at that right now. I'd say I've gotten better. I'd say that that's a goal for me or a manifestation for me every year. And I'd say to an extent it does come true because I do think I get better at it every year. And I think part of it is the people in my life who challenge me. Not on purpose, but I think that like Adam challenges me in that way because he's very much like, well, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a we'll figure it out.
No, yeah.
I am not a let's just see where it takes us. I'm a let's plan it so it goes the way we want it to.
Mm-hmm.
So living with him and being with him and in our future together, I'm sure I will continue to test this. But I've gotten better about it. So hopefully, well, not hopefully. I do. I claim that I will. I let go of things I cannot control.
Amazing.
I'm trying to reformulate.
Yeah. I'm just not going to reformulate this one. And I am manifesting that 2025 will be a good year for music. Kind of very specific and also kind of very broad at the same time. But I am just manifesting that it is a very bustling musical year because I am in need of some good new music. And also just like the vibes, the picturing I have for this year, I just kind of want a soundtrack for it.
I would also like a soundtrack because I have no good music right now. And I need some of the like, you know what I need?
What?
Is a Harry Styles album. And I don't think that's happening. I think that's 2026, but I think I need it right now. So if he could just
kind of ready for it now.
And I like low-key hated Taylor Swift's last album. So I'm kind of like, oh, I don't have anything.
Something. I don't know. I just need.
Maybe we just need to rediscover new artists or something.
Yes.
Like that.
I need the music that will be bumping in my AirPods as I'm walking the streets.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
I don't need it. I have it. I have the music that will be the soundtrack of my year, and it will be fun music that keeps my spirits up.
Love that. I'm so happy for you that you found that. I live in a state of constant, consistent gratitude.
So good.
That's because I'm not really good at being grateful. Well, I am now for 2025.
I am so grateful.
It's not that I'm not, it's that I don't stop, like I don't slow down enough to stop and think about it.
Yeah.
Like
you're always thinking of something else,
always like, my brain has so many things on its plate. Like I'm constantly working towards the next thing I have to do on the to-do list. The checklist is always running constantly. Yeah. And that's the reality of being a woman.
Yeah.
But there's constantly something on my plate. And I don't stop and sit still and say, hey, what am I thankful for today? Yeah. You know, when I do it the most, it should be like, okay, the good Christian answer of me would be like, in prayer, I am so grateful. And for a time, that was probably true for me. But in my current state now, the time that I think about what I'm grateful for the most is during my mat Pilates, because she'll ask, there's one of the ones that I watch, there's a girl, she'll like breathe in and like think about 3 things you're grateful for today. And then I'll think about like 10 things I'm grateful for.
Like, I'm so freaking grateful.
So that's what I think about it the most. But I would like to, I am going to, for 2025, I am going to be more living in more of a state of gratitude. And I think that just goes for like, not just the bigger things, but literally everyday life. Like I want to be better about like, even today, we went to the car wash earlier today before like we got groceries and we went to the car wash. And Adam like made a joke like, oh, thanks for washing my car or whatever. He was like, because I like got your car washed. And he was joking. But I was like, honestly though, like I should say,
like, I'm thankful I didn't have to wash the
like
car.
I should say like, I am thankful that you did that. And I do with him. I feel like I'm not like bad about it. Like, oh, thanks for filling up the gas or thanks for doing whatever. But I should be, because he does a lot of things for me, and I should be more grateful, and I should say thank you more
Articulate
often.
it more.
Yes, I should just verbalize it more, because like even though he knows that I'm thankful, like it's important to like hear those things.
Yeah.
And for me to verbalize it. So
for sure,
I will be doing that.
I would say the pros of us doing this completely different is that we won't have overlap.
True.
So that's kind of fun.
True.
Is that I didn't do it right.
No, I don't think that you did it wrong. I think
I didn't study. I should have listened to a different podcast to study, because I definitely did it wrong. But I am still manifesting these things.
Yes.
But my next one is that I am thankful for the health and safety of myself, my friends, and all of my family members.
Good.
Everyone's going to be so healthy and so safe this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fun. Like everyone is going to just thrive this year, and like health is going to be skyrocketing. And I'm really excited for everyone to live their healthiest year yet.
I put one on there that's similar. I can't find where it's at now. I only have 10. It shouldn't be that hard. Oh, mine literally just says I am healthy.
Amazing.
I should have put my friends and family and I are healthy and so strong and healthy.
Yeah.
So I'll work on these. They'll have to be edited.
Oh. Say hi to the podcast.
Oh, hey, podcast.
I'll call you after the podcast. Unless you need something
Alright,
immediately.
No, I don't need anything immediately.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love
He said, "Oh."
Ooh. Again, I'm very not selfish. I put on here that I am manifesting the most perfect and gorgeous and elaborate and amazing and wonderful bachelorette trip ever for you.
Wow.
And
I'm so excited for that.
I am just so happy that it's so perfect.
It's so perfect. And everyone. Everyone is. Everyone.
It's so perfect, and I'm so thankful that we had such a good time on this thing that's happening 4 months from
We
now.
had such a good time on my bachelorette trip. It was the best trip ever.
Best trip ever. It's in the history book.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And
like the dynamic was perfect.
Everything ran smoothly. There was not an ounce of badness at all.
I think like my favorite part of it was like how good I slept, like just snuggling with Allie for the weekend. Like that was probably like my favorite part.
My favorite part of my bachelorette trip was how there wasn't how it's just everything just went good. I can't even say anything. My favorite part was all of it.
So true. It was because it was so perfect.
I think I'm gonna piggyback off that for myself and say that I am selfish. And say that I'm so glad that my wedding and everything leading up to my wedding planning ran so smoothly. And everyone was so thoughtful and everyone was so intentional and thoughtful and allowed everything to run so smoothly and was helpful and kind and understanding and patient and wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love when everyone was like that.
Yeah, I loved that too. That's the best part. And that everyone had so much fun. It was so much fun.
I mean, it was the party of the year.
I loved my wedding.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I mean, it was my favorite party I went to.
I'm married.
Manifesting, I am married. I am wife.
I can't wait for one of my manifestations to come true.
I love that. Retweet. I think I've decided just since recording this podcast that my new favorite word is retweet.
No, I love
because
that.
I don't use Twitter.
Twitter doesn't exist
and it's
anymore.
like it's not even a thing. So it's just like how fun to
retweet. You know, I kind of miss retweeting.
So true. The reposts don't hit the same.
Do you remember subtweeting?
Yeah.
I think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, people would just be subtweeting and people just knew it was about them.
Uh-huh.
And like people still do that just in a different way.
But like it doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't hit the same as like when it's like out in writing.
Yeah.
Hello?
I want to check.
I know, I want to check mine out. But I never make them in the checklist. I always make them in like the dash thing.
My next one is that I have the most beautiful, bustling social life that I've had in my other 22 years of my life. And that it is just the perfect amount of social to alone time that fills my cup, and my battery is always charged because I always have something to do and I also have the right amount of alone time. But that there are always things to participate in and people that want to include me in them. And that's so fun. I'm really having a good time with that.
Good. I'm so happy that happened for you. And I can't wait to see the effects of that bustling life of yours. I have found a knitting community.
So true.
Because at present, it's really hard. The Facebook groups don't exist, and if they do, they don't let me in them. And if they did, it'd probably still be like, I'm not trying to be a hater, but like it probably wouldn't be my vibe. You know what I mean? I have found
the girlies,
the knitting girlies. And
they're so similar to you.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't even have to be like directly my area. It could be an online community, or it could be like knit meetups or like knitting whatever, but I want to find people who do this too to make friends.
Yeah.
And yes, they get me and we just get each other.
Yeah.
And it's good community.
There's this other community.
It's a third space.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have the perfect third space. I am having so much fun this year getting to travel more and looping back to what we talk about a lot, and that is like weekend trips. It's so much fun marking little things off my travel list, places I've never been, and seeing new things. And even if they're short, I'm still appreciating any travel that I get to do, and that I'm experiencing different ways of life in different places. And those trips are fun and perfect, and everything about those trips goes super smoothly. And that, yeah, because I've tried trips and they, like, either a flight gets canceled or like something about it just isn't perfect. But these trips are perfect. So
they are
so fun.
My friendships and relationships have prospered and grown this year.
Beautiful.
I think it's always good to work on all your friendships and all your relationships. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So I will be doing that. I have done that.
You've done that. They are prosperous.
They are prosperous.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Growth has happened already.
Yes. True.
Our podcast has found its people, and our people have found our podcast.
Ooh. Love that.
So the people that align with us and that we are focused towards find us, and they have found us. They've already found us. And we have a group in that, and we have a community in our listeners and our loyal friends of 14 Steps Away.
I can't wait to reflect in a year.
Me too.
On everything. On all of these manifestations.
And like where we are.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I said for my next one, I am silly and fun and full of whimsy.
Amazing. I love that one.
Because I will be this year, I will be just silly and fun and having a good time.
Yeah.
And not taking life too seriously, you know?
Very good. Yeah. That's a good one. Not taking life too seriously is something I need to do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more.
Me too.
I would say like 99% more than what I'm doing now is how serious it actually is. I love it. I only have. I don't really want to do my others.
I only have one more.
Okay, I'll do my one more. I have 2 very well behaved dogs. They are so malleable. Is that the word?
Yeah, it is.
And their behavior makes my life better. And
I'm gonna retweet that one.
Yeah, I'm just really loving the way that our parent to child relationship has grown with this such good behavior development of this year, and how many more things they can be included in with their incredible star, gold star, A+ behavior. Yeah.
Good. On the topic of that, I saw a video about pugs having social anxiety and that they're very prone to social anxiety because they're just very social animals. And all the solutions in the comments were, we had this problem and then we got another pug and then they're fine now. I don't want to do that. But if I have to one day get another pug to ease my poor baby's soul, then maybe I'll have to do that. That's not a manifestation. That's just a note.
Like, not a manifestation.
Not a manifestation. Please don't drop another pug in my life. My last manifestation is that I am a sponge for knowledge. I love learning and I love consuming knowledge and I love learning more things and I would love to continue learning and I will continue learning all year.
Amazing. Just growing every day with new knowledge. Well, that's all we have for manifestations. I hope you enjoyed our wildly all over the place episode. We had a lot of fun.
It.
Yeah. Just chit chat, really. I don't know. It feels so different. Just chit chat.
I know. It does.
I don't know. In the time that we've been sitting here, it's gone from daylight to dark.
Which, that doesn't take that long.
No, but it's so early.
It is so early. There's so much to do.
There's so much to do. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us yet again. And I think that we are kind of through our plans for 2025, right? Are we?
Are we?
Think we might have set our year in motion at this point.
Oh.
Or no?
Yes, I think so too. I
Okay.
thought you were saying like we don't have any other ideas.
Oh, no.
I was like, wait a minute. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I think that we have set our year in motion. And so I would say maybe back to your regularly scheduled program of topics kind of all over the place.
Yes.
Anything and everything. We have a lot of very exciting ones.
We hope this little series, I'm going to call it a series because they all
Yeah.
kind of go together.
Yeah.
I hope that this little series helped motivate you and helped you set up kind of a guide for what you're envisioning for your 2025.
and made you excited.
Yes.
Every year is a
inspire
fresh
you.
start. Yeah. And I think that as individuals, like we usually feel some level of that, but I think, yeah, inspiration from others always adds to it and helps you feel a little more appreciative and maybe just a little more in control. Like anytime that you are planning or manifesting or thinking about your future, you just feel a little bit more in control about everything, which is great. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week.
Love ya. Bye.
Tune in to the 14 Steps Away podcast every Monday for a new episode.
Don't forget to like, comment, follow, rate, review, and share.
Watch every week on Spotify or YouTube.
And listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.